that Calvin was in for the long haul. 30 days later, Lori says Calvin abruptly dumped her and reunited with his ex. 4 months later, Calvin dumped the ex, realized he made a mistake, fell on the sword, and begged Lori for a second chance. And Lori took him back. A decision she now fears is about to blow up in her face. Watch this.
Every time I question my boyfriend Calvin about cheating, he tells me I'm not. He wants me to believe that I'm crazy, but I'll show you what crazy is. Crazy is coming home and finding another woman's panties in my dresser drawer. It's finding a hotel key in your bag, can't even tell you where it came from. It's being in love with a man who continues to have relationships with his ex-wife. And crazy is going to kiss your boyfriend and his breath smells like he just ate ass. I've devoted the last 2.5 years to Calvin, and I will not tolerate him walking all over me. I deserve better.
Lori, you're with him a few months into the relationship. What happens?
Well, Maury, I was with him for about a month, and then he left me to go to his ex-wife. Well, at the time, it was his wife, and then probably about 4 months later, he decided he wanted to come back to me. And I wasn't quite sure about it. And I was
guess
like,
not.
Oh,
Why did you take him back?
I love him dearly, Maury. You have no idea how much this man means to me.
But you think when you're at work, what is he doing?
I think he's having women come over to the house.
What did you find?
I found a pair of woman's panties in my dresser drawer. Yep.
Something else you found, didn't you?
I had found a hotel key.
Apparently, one of his family members has birds in the house, right?
Crazy.
She had bird feeders outside the house.
Yeah,
and he goes
crazy.
down there once in a while to fill them.
And so, what's wrong with that?
Well, it would be okay, but he went down to his family members to fill these bird feeders, and 2 hours later, he comes home. And she only lives a mile down the road, Maury.
She lives a mile. It took 2 hours.
2 hours, yep.
Also, you smell him, and he...
Yes, every time, there's a couple of times I've come home from work, and his breath does smell like ass.
If he fails this lie detector...
Oh, if he fails this lie detector, it's over.
Here's Calvin. Everybody welcome Calvin. Here he is. Calvin, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome. Have a seat. Do you love her as much as she loves you?
Yes, I love her with all my heart.
Obviously, you were together briefly. You left to go back to your ex.
Yes.
And then you begged her forgiveness, and she brought you back into the house.
And
Yes.
I did that, Calvin, because I love you from the bottom of my heart, and you mean the world to me.
I love you too. I told you that. I made a mistake.
How come there's so many coincidences? How come all this stuff? Every time I go to work, all this stuff pops up, right?
How about the panties in the drawer?
I didn't put them there.
Do you really think she's a little...
I believe so, yeah.
No, it's not all in my head.
Yes,
There's
it
no
is.
possible way, Calvin. All this is in my head. No.
She thinks that when she goes to work, you bring women over to the house.
No, nobody comes to the house.
Well, then how come every time I come home from work, not every time, but most of the time when I come home from work, your breath smells like ass?
I told you why. It's that spicy food that you
How come it takes you 2 hours to go feed a family member's birds when they live only a mile away?
Because when I go over there, she has me do a lot of things for her.
You're doing other things for her. You're going to pass this test,
Talking on
aren't
the
you?
phone to
Yes.
other
Are you
women,
sure?
or
You sure you're going to
reaching out
pass
to
this
somebody
test?
else?
Yes, I am.
Good. We're going to find out right now. All right.
And then we'll see.
I hope so.
And how about that hotel key all of a sudden showing up in the house?
It was in an old box of stuff that I had at the house.
You keep it in for keep's sake or what?
No, half the stuff I don't even know. No, I have no idea.
Everything depends on this.
Yes, it does.
Your future with him depends on this.
Yep.
When you said you were going to feed your family members birds, were you really meeting up with another woman to sleep with? You said no. The lie detector determined you're telling the truth. Since getting back together with Lori, have you slept with your ex, the one you left Lori originally for? You said no. The lie detector determined you are telling the truth.
There's many more.
Did the underwear that Lori found in her drawer belong to another woman you're sleeping with? You said no. The lie detector determined you are telling the truth.